Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, salam Om Swastiastu, namo buddhaya, salam kebajikan. My name is Dimas Tanto Yahya. In this video, I want to discuss OPPO A5 2020. Let's just find out in the box and what are the benefits of the OPPO A series. Here is a field in OPPO A5 2020. There is a case, this is SIM ejector, this is the SIM guarantee book, the manual, continuous, there is a data cable that is already USB Type-C, and there is a charger whose power is 10 watts or 5 volts to ampere, and then of course, there is the OPPO A5 2020. This is the OPPO A5 2020. The design is like this. This is the back case. The material is still plastic, but the body is quite heavy. If I pay attention to the side, it looks like already metal because it's just a 5000 mAh battery, so the weight won't be heavier than smartphone that is more heavy small SoTs. OPPO A5 2020. There are two variants. There are white and black. I recommended the white because it is so cute. Compared to A9, the A5 color is even more handsome. So it looks. There is a rainbow color evil. If for example there is like on the OPPO logo, there is a new OPPO logo. Line up here. 3 and 1 is blocked by flash when 5 from the white color is almost the same as Realme X. I like the white design like this. Right here is the OPPO power button that has a list of typical OPPO like in the previous OPPO F11. On the top side there is plain nothing noise cancelling mic, and also he does even hold. On the right side there is an ejector and there is volume button. On the bottom there is a port USB Type-C, speaker, mic, and 3.5mm audio jack, and when 5 on this front there is an IPS screen type of size 6.5-inch resolution, only XD+. Why does XD+? Just OPPO want to reduce the budget, so he's done useful XD because this is under 3 million. Smartphone 2 million, and he keeps giving other features that are more improved than the previous series, so he drops the screen, and also later the same increase in battery performance if for example the screen only XD. I like the screen. The ratio is now not 19:9 anymore, but is already 20:9, so it looks more of like a TV remote, so it's more comfortable to hold for one hand. At the top of the screen you can find a selfie camera with several sensors, but he does have a notification LED. As for bezel, the bottom part is still quite thick, but the left and right side are quite thin. The top is little thin and then is been coated with Corning Gorilla Glass 3, but given again like a kind of template glass or screen protector from the baguettes. Even if the blister don't hurt, just replace the scar resistant. Then the default casing. The design is pretty good, transparent, and the danger is quite high quality. It stick and not knock as long as it's really thin. If for example install like this, here still looks the original color of the back case is good, and in the frame here the material is nap or matte, and hold is so not slipper. This is side and this stick and not from the part stick and not material that protect the screen. So if for example put it not directly swipe the screen, the back is also thick and not to protect the camera, so protect is pretty good. So you don't need to buy the right casing again. It's for multimedia. If this sell you think the screen is unsatisfactory because it's still elementary, but not for the audio, because this is the one I like the most from the OPPO A5 2020, which is dual speaker. He has one stereo speaker below the one that join the earpiece and already support Dolby Atmos. So his voice is already on tuning and already using Dolby Atmos, which you can set up like the sound of games, music, or for example it's automatically for the audio quality, just like the one that was tested in the OPPO A9 2020, which is his brother, so he has a lot voice according to me. Especially this is only 2 class million, really have 2 million mobile phones that have dual speaker. Just listen to yourself. The sound is cool. Compared to the OPPO F11, it's far enough. The increase in bass is quite trivial. It not even touch the quality of the bass, or clarity is less than the flagship smartphone. For the smartphone 2 million, I just found a speaker this good. Next, I want to discuss the camera. SoT is the new generation of OPPO group in 2019. That using the setup of 4 camera has been used in the Realme 5 series and continues to be used also in OPPO A9 with A5, and then setup like this also used later in Vivo V17 Pro and the next smartphone. On there is main camera, 12 megapixel ultrawide and 8 megapixel camera with a 2 megapixel sensor. Then last there is a 2 megapixel dedicated macro lens. Means the difference with his brother is that mine lens is only 12 megapixel and it does reach 40 megapixel and the rest is the same setup. Then for camera, the selfie camera is only 8 megapixel, different from the OPPO A9, which has 16 megapixel in front of the camera. But here then, if for video support, he can already 4K, just this 30 fps. Besides 4K, also he has full HD resolution, but 30 fps too, so he don't support it at 60 fps at all. And there it's also slow motion video, but I think it's still 240 fps. The problem is if you use the slow-mo menu like this, there is no option to change. So how much? It's too simple. The menu is the OPPO A5. There is much we can to fix. Actually becomes a shortcoming anyway. For example, if you like the wide angle lens, ultra wide angle, there are options ultra wide. So the worst, it can only be active in photo mode. Is the wide photo. For example, if you want to make a photo using Pro mode, there is no option to move the lens using the main lens. There is no option to switch to an ultra-wide lens. For example, you also make this video. There is also no option to switch to an ultra-wide lens. This is really bad, even though making video using lens is cool. But this is decent video because he already has stabilization assist by a gyroscope. Oh yeah, use this combination of 4 camera in addition to the price of 2 million in addition to Realme 5 and also OPPO A5 2020. I want to discuss the security lock system. He already face unlock and fingerprint unlock. The fingerprint on the back is pretty small, but fortunately because it's bit concave, it's still palpable and the speed is amazing. Fast, keep making a fast unlock and it's pretty so fast. So both of them function well. I like the fingerprint. It fast like this because this is the last OPPO. So he is already using the last OS which is now version 6, which run on Android 9 Pie. Hopefully the OPPO A5 2020 has a fast update to Android 10 or ColorOS 7. So now we go into hardware performance. So A5 2020 used the exact same hardware as the OPPO A9 2020. This is what I noticed in the little that the OPPO A5 is more worth it than the first OPPO A9. The screen is the same, the quality is XD too. XD Plus continues to be the same size, but in terms of him, both dual speaker configuration is the same and the same as supporting the Dolby Atmos. He so use USB Type-C. The support of default charged boot 10 watt. This chipset we see in CPU Snapdragon 665 X-Core basis Crayon with speed reaching 202 GHz and fabrication 14 nanometer is also exactly the same as the i9. Well, the difference between him and i9 besides the camera is people RAM is only a maximum 4 GB on the A5 2020, while the i9 has 8 GB of RAM, which is the same as the rest of the price is different for i9 is pretty hard adapt. So the OPPO A5 2020 has two variants of the first 3 GB RAM and 64 GB internal memory valued at 2,399 million. Then the second variant is a 4 GB RAM variant with 128 GB of internal memory value at 2,9 million. I means that the internal memory is the same as the OPPO A9, which is equally 128 and only different in this 8 GB RAM. For different, the price of the OPPO A9 has already been discussed that the price is 3,8 million. This is to 8 million. The difference is 1 million. 1 million is a lot, while something that has a lot in common. Now that's what makes me say that A5 is far more worth it than the OPPO A9. the price is 1 million different. It's only different in RAM. So what if I use 4 GB? It's already enough. Next year when Android gets heavier, need to consist of more big, but for now it's really enough. For the Adreno 610 GPU, it's pretty good. This cell phone is still very good for possible tasking between application is still okay, and the response is also pretty fast. The processor is good according to me, can really support for daily activity. Well, for gaming we try it on PUBG Mobile. Oh, yes, this also has the game boost 2.0. Game like on the previous OPPO Plus was pretty good for increased frame rate. He said it was more stable and some feature for blocking calls. Then made everything so that we could play the game more comfortable. The graphic setting in PUBG Mobile can be seen in the smooth graphic setting, and frame rate height cannot reach ultra explicitly extreme continuous. If for example in the frame rate balance, the medium for PUBG Mobile fame, it's still not enough setting. Yeah, for the graphic, the name is using smooth graphic is not too good, and still the screen don't support full HD. It's just this. Wow, there is enemy in front, right? Is he down here too? Is he also just looking at this cell phone? But okay. To make the road run smoothly too. Enemy. Point is that for playing the game in about 5 minutes, the back still is don't feel hot. It's good, it don't make it hot, maybe because it's only been a while. And the battery problem is already trying this cell phone today from yesterday. The remaining 60% battery was used from now around 12 to night around 10 o'clock. Well, there are about 8 hours 9 hours of use and can screen on time 3 hours. I've tested it along, but it's clear if for example you feel 100% full, this will really last more prone. This can be more than the day. Even I predict 5000 mAh with the chipset saving the screen power is also not too wasteful of power. I'm sure this smartphone can hold today. While for charging, if for example you use the default charger that is 10 watt for example for about under 10%, it's 2.5 hours. I told you all from unboxing the performance, the camera, and the cool speaker, and all kinds of the thing about of OPPO A5 2020 during my 2 days of use the counseling. According to my OPPO A5 2020, it's more worth it than the OPPO A9 2020. Like the little I worth for this video. Why is that? Check out the video. I also explain the difference in price. It could be up to 1 million. For the highest variant i5 2020, that's 1 million different. With the same OPPO A9 processor, with the same performance, the same camera, structure camera, although the resolution is different, the batteries are the same as the double speaker, also the same as the USB Type-C, just a lot things are identical, different only exists in the capacity of RAM and the second resolution rear and front camera. I give a good value for this OPPO A5 2020. According to me, if for example you think there is something different, for example according to you it's lacking, please write in the comment column below. Let's discuss about the OPPO A5 2020, and if you want to buy the item I bought in a offline store, but I give the link. Who want to buy it by online, check later in description below. And thank you for watching this video from beginning to the end. Please click the like your like, and but don't forget to subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.